Before the story begins, I'd like to ask you to subscribe and like. This will help the channel grow. The Silent House on Caroline Street, Winter Detective Story. On the night before Christmas Eve, a blizzard swallowed Caroline Street whole. Snow fell thick and wet, piling against windows, erasing curbs, softening the city into something unreal. Detective Aaron Cole arrived just after midnight, his coat already heavy with frost. The house at number 12 stood dark, lights off, wreaths still hanging on the door like a forgotten promise. Inside, nothing was broken. No shattered glass. No forced locks. Yet the owners, the Whitmore family, were shaken. Someone had entered while they slept upstairs. Someone had moved through the house slowly, deliberately, like they belonged there. What was taken wasn't jewelry or cash. It was the centerpiece of the living room, a hand-carved nativity set from the 1800s, displayed every Christmas for generations. Mary, Joseph, the child, all gone. Only the wooden stable remained, carefully placed back exactly as before. Aaron crouched near the rug. The snow outside showed no footprints. Inside, the dust was undisturbed. Whoever did this knew how to move without leaving a trace. On the mantel, beneath the family stockings, Aaron noticed a faint wet mark, snow melting, carried inside intentionally. This wasn't a random burglary. This was a message. The Whitmores insisted only one person outside the family knew the nativity's value. Eleanor Whitmore's late grandfather, a historian who once cataloged stolen religious artifacts. His old notes still filled boxes in the attic. Aaron spent hours flipping through yellowed pages. One detail stood out. The nativity wasn't just art. It concealed something. According to a faded letter, the base of the manger held a hidden compartment, used during wartime to smuggle documents. But when Aaron examined the empty display, the base was intact, untouched, which meant the thief hadn't taken the set for what it hid. They took it for what it was. Downstairs, the detective noticed something else. The cookies left for Santa were gone. Not eaten messily. Gone completely. Even the crumbs wiped away. On the plate, someone had left a single pine needle. Outside, the wind howled. Christmas carols drifted faintly from a neighbor's radio. Aaron felt a chill that had nothing to do with the cold. This thief understood Christmas traditions, and they were playing with them. 3 streets away, another call came in. Same night. Same storm. Another house. Another missing heirloom, this time a silver angel statue, taken from a windowsill while the family slept. Witnesses reported something strange. A lone caroler standing outside shortly before the theft. Tall, wrapped in a long coat, face hidden by a scarf, softly singing. No one thought twice. It was Christmas. Aaron reviewed doorbell footage. The figure appeared briefly, always just out of focus. Never entering on camera. Never leaving. At one house, audio picked up humming long after the caroler vanished. At another, a faint knock, 3 taps, slow and polite. Aaron mapped the houses. The pattern formed a circle, all within walking distance, all connected by families who once donated artifacts to a small, now closed Christmas museum downtown. This wasn't theft for profit. It was curation. Someone was collecting Christmas itself. The museum had shut down years ago, funding lost, artifacts returned, or so everyone believed. Aaron broke the seal and stepped inside. Dust-covered display cases. Tinsel still hung from the ceiling, brittle and gray. In the main hall, candles burned. And there they were. The stolen pieces. The nativity. The angel. Carefully arranged. Reverently displayed. Labels handwritten in neat ink, describing history, origin, meaning. At the center stood a man in a long coat, humming softly. He didn't run when Aaron announced himself. he simply said. They were rotting in houses. Forgotten. Christmas deserves better. The man was Elias Moore, former museum caretaker. When the museum closed, he stayed behind, watching traditions fade, watching people replace meaning with decoration. So I saved them, Elias said calmly. Outside, snow pressed against the windows like a crowd. Backup was delayed by the storm. Aaron stood alone with Elias among the relics. The air smelled of wax and pine. Elias spoke of Christmases past, of families who no longer remembered why they celebrated. I never broke anything, he said. I return them when Christmas ends. Aaron lowered his weapon slightly. You broke into homes. I entered, Elias corrected. Gently. The tension wasn't violent. It was sad. Outside, church bells rang midnight. Christmas Eve had arrived. Elias looked around one last time. Just let them stay tonight. Aaron hesitated, then shook his head. That's not how this ends. Elias surrendered without resistance. The artifacts were returned before morning. Families woke to find their heirlooms back where they belonged. Cookies replaced. Pine needles gone. The storm cleared by noon. Sunlight reflected off clean snow, blinding and fresh. Aaron stood on Caroline Street, watching children play, unaware how close Christmas had come to disappearing into obsession. Elias Moore would face charges, but the court would call it a nonviolent burglary driven by delusion. That night, Aaron placed his own decorations up for the first time in years, because Christmas, he realized, wasn't meant to be preserved behind glass. It was meant to be lived.